scripture, actually 2 verses of scripture, and my time will be very brief because I know you're anxious to party and do a lot of other things, but I wanted to share just something that I thought it was so interesting that the last verse that Ken read to us in camp, at least up until this point, was from Proverbs 9:12. It says, if you become wise, you will be the one to benefit. I think so many times you guys have this idea that it's for your parents' sake, for youth minister's sake, or your pastor's sake, or your teacher's sake. But Scripture tells us if you become wise, you're the one that benefits. And if you scorn wisdom, you will be the one to suffer. Just want to encourage you. You're the one to benefit from all of this. And tonight when he said, you know, stand up if you have some fears. I know a lot of you have fears as you're going back. I wanted to read you 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It's a good verse to memorize if you're dealing with some fear. It says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity. God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. But He has given us a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. So as you go back, you don't have to go back with a spirit of fear. You say in your heart, God, you didn't give me a spirit of fear. You gave me a spirit of plus. Power, love, and self-discipline. I know for some of you, it's going back is going to involve change. Maybe changing some relationships. Maybe some of you need to change some relationships, change some habits. Maybe you need to change the way that you've been responding to your parents or to your siblings. Maybe you need to change some habits about the way that you do or don't do church. Maybe change some things about your relationship with God. Change the way that you read Scripture. Change the way that you look at church. And I want to give you a visual example that you probably will never forget the rest of your life. You're sitting there kind of like, not really sure this is terribly interested. I'm about to change something that has been a part of my life for 30 years. And I don't think you'll ever forget this. And what I want you to do is I want you to remember this. And I want you to believe that you can change. Even things that have been in your life a long, long time, they can change. And you can make changes. So get your cameras out. Have never seen me without a mustache.
Do you want to see what you look like?
And it's scary.
It looks good.
But here's the deal.
It looks good.
Here's the deal, guys. You can change. Don't ever forget this moment. When you get back home and the rest of your life, you're facing something and you say, I can't change. You can change. No matter how long it's been a part of your life. You can change. And here's another thing. Here's a little bonus point, okay? A little bonus point. You came into this room thinking we're going to have a little party. You never anticipated something like this would happen. There's a lot of people that would like to be here to have seen that, okay? All right? That's the way church is. Lots of times you think nothing really significant is going to happen, and you show up, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. Every time you show up for church, believe, and don't miss church, because something might happen and you might miss it if you're not there. So, have fun.